Hey guys, today we're doing something a little bit different. Rather than showing you a full game, I'm going to show you a nice snippet from a high-level game between Tigran Petrosian against Polugaevsky, where we have a position with opposite-colored bishops on the board. The material is equal, but black has a passed pawn. So let me ask you this. With black to move, how would you evaluate this position? Do let me know in the comments what your assessment of this position is, and then you can compare it afterwards with your knowledge after seeing how the game played out. Now, of course, we can see that, Petrosian won this game, so we say, okay, Petrosian won, so just game over, white is just winning. But it also sometimes happens that, a player wins from a losing position, right? So maybe I'm trying to trick you. But seriously, though, in this version, white actually has a strategically winning advantage. And the reason is because the opposite-colored bishops are very powerful in the middle game for the side that is attacking. And who's attacking in this position? Well, it's white who's got all the threats against the black king. The white bishop has a completely open long diagonal supported by the battery with the queen. While the black bishop is stuck behind the pawn on d5, and in a weird sense you almost wish you could play a move like, queen takes d5 and threaten mate on g2. Of course, at the moment the white rook is covering it, but the point remains that black just doesn't really have a playable position here, despite the passed pawn, because of the power of the opposite-colored bishops. So let's quickly see how the game played out. Rook c6 is played, trying to cover rook g3 threats with rook g6. And I mean, in these positions, black is very happy to trade the pieces, like a trade of queens would greatly improve the chance of black to save the game. Even a trade of rooks would also help black. So black is playing rook g6, trying to cover the attack here. White plays a very nice move, bishop d4, clearing the e-file, and after king to h7, I actually want to set this position as a little puzzle for you guys to see what you would play. So what would be your move as white in this position? Now, the move that Petrosian played is actually good enough to win, but there's also an even better move where I want to congratulate you if you found the move queen a3, because you're not just threatening queen a7, but you're also threatening a rook e7 skewer to win the bishop after the queen moves out of the way. Like a5, rook e7 to show you the example here. By the way, queen f8 is not saving the bishop, because we do have the move rook g7 to check and discover an attack on the black queen. So here we can also see the value of playing h3. Petrosian is well known for these very prophylactic moves, and it means that here, for example, you can play rook g3 without rook e1 being a back rank mate, because we made a little hidey hole for the king. Likewise, if you play rook e6, once again we see the value of the move h3, because now queen e1 is not back rank mate, because we made the luff for the king. Especially if you're, let's say, a not so experienced player, you're going to want to play these moves like h3 as the pieces get traded, because it just means that you're not going to get back rank mated as such. So, in the game, white plays queen c2, maybe not the top engine line, but still very much good enough to win, as we'll see in the game. Bishop c8 is the attempt for black to try to get this bishop into play. I suppose a6 is a more active diagonal, but it's also kind of just hitting thin air, and the way white played the game will also work here. After bishop c8, white now shows his tactical aptitude. Petrosian was really a masterful tactician, actually. He used it sometimes in unique ways, playing prophylactically, stopping the opponent's threats before the opponent even saw that it was a threat. But with rook c3, we are hitting the bishop, but also c7. We can see how the rook is now getting in on the 7th rank, getting the money in the bank. Queen e6, and, you could take rook a7, win a pawn, and you would basically still win the game. But Petrosian finds the absolute cleanest finish with the move g4. And the idea of g4 is that black can't actually take it, because after rook takes g7... okay, f5 is also technically winning, but yeah, this pin on the rook is just going to end things very, very quickly. And if black plays, I don't know, queen e4 or something, then even the ending is actually going to be winning for white, because after f5, either we collect the pawn on g7 if the rook moves this way. And if they go this way, I mean, you can even go king g3 and, either trap the rook or, just collect the queenside pawns and win the endgame. Also, f6 going for the pawn here is not bad either, like, everything wins in the ending here. So black tries bishop f1 as a kind of desperation move, but after queen takes f5, take. The only square for the rook that covers the g7 pawn is rook g2. But after king h1, black resigned here, because he has to deal with the threat of f6, but even more significantly, he has to deal with the threat of rook c1 attacking the bishop, say king g8, rook to c1. And black can't just move the bishop away because then the rook gets taken, but the rook also has nowhere to go, so basically black is just completely dead here. And that is why Polugaevsky resigned after king h1. So there you have it. You can see from this position just the power of the opposite coloured bishops, especially, you know, when you have the minor pieces off the board and you've got the initiative and still the queens and rooks on. So it's also a good lesson, you know, to avoid these kind of positions as black, that if you are going to enter an opposite coloured bishop position, you definitely want to make sure that you either have the initiative or that your pieces are very active and that you can, you know, have a very nice active bishop as such. I suppose if you could trade off into a pure opposite coloured bishop ending with no other pieces, well, that would also be fine, but yeah, here White is never going to allow that. So if you enjoyed this video, do make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you do like lessons like this and want a lot more of them, you can check out my best chess lessons of October 2022. I put a link to that in the description. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.